Hey guys, Adam here, also known as Gamer Abroad. In today's video, I'm going to give you guys some very important tips when it comes to overexpanding and your delivery drivers. Now, I completely overexpanded and I only had 5 delivery trucks going. And the reason why I had 5 is I had 3, then I included a train station, which brought me up to 5. And I was trying to have 5 delivery drivers cover an expansive route while controlling all the alcohol operations and a bootlegger, and it just wasn't working for me. I had to get raw materials, I had to get small bottles, and I had to get what is our worst nightmare. You know what I'm about to say, Crocs. So what I decided to do is, instead of building more alcohol operations, which I just couldn't keep Crocs in there, my productions would stall for 2 turns sometimes because of Crocs or raw resources. I decided to take 2 of my new buildings, which I got one from Rental Assistance Quest. If you ever see that quest, Rental Assistance, grab that quest because you're going to get a building for $500. Right now I'm getting buildings for about $26,000, and that is expensive. As you can see, my net assets or my net money on hand is not even $26,000. So for $500 I got this building, and I got lucky, and you will too when you get your gambling operations. By the way, gambling operations are good. I know I talked a little bit of smack about them before, but they are good because not only do you need gambling operations to promote your captain to an enforcer, an intimidator, I like to call him enforcer, is you actually have to extort 5 gamblers and forgive 5 gamblers. So gambling operations are important, in fact, and I've noticed they actually are quite profitable. Another good tip when it comes to gambling operations too is when people owe you money, don't demand the money. Have them give you something different. Sometimes you're in for a little pleasant surprise, sometimes they'll run away, but more often than not, you come away with something good. You can come away with a whole bunch of booze, you can throw in your speakeasy, or you can come away with a building like I did, and like you will. And this is where I got this other building. Now I decided to make them both into truck repair bays. And truck repair bays are super cheap to make. I've already built one, so I can't show you, but it's essentially 6 sheet metal, 6 bricks, and $750, and that'll increase your truck capacity by 2. So now I have 2 of those. And you know what? If I wanted more, it would be easy. I would go right into here. I would go to upgrades available, upgraded truck repair bay. I don't have the skill yet, but it's on my quest list. And for a very cheap price, I could upgrade both mine to include a capacity of 3 additional trucks per bay for a grand total of 6. So there is that. And stay tuned. There's another point. If you watch my other video on how to set up a delivery route, I've actually learned a new thing that makes this a whole lot easier. So check this out. I have all my trucks unassigned, so we're going to set up a couple deliveries right here together. I'm going to show you how easy this actually is compared to how complicated I made it look before. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to scroll right down here to the bottom, click to set up a new delivery. We're going to assign a driver. I have some new drivers. I just hired 4 people on the crew, so I'm going to go down to the bottom of my list and hire my newest young attractive lady in her fashionable hat. Her name is Gloria Nixon. We're going to select her. We're going to add a step. Now I'm going to do something different. You guys don't have to do this. You guys probably shouldn't do this, but I'm going to do this, and the reason why I am doing this is because some of these vehicles still have cash in the car. I use one central location as my bank, and that is my speakeasy or backroom brewery. I don't actually have a corner speakeasy yet because I'm having a small bottle problem, which I will solve. So for right now, this backroom it's providing me tons of income on top of my gambling operations. I also have one driver just driving around selling moonshine because this place is just making a ridiculous amount of moonshine that the cafe pieces can't even keep up with selling. Anyhow, we're doing store drop-off, and once again, we're doing it because some of the vehicles have cash. I'm not sure which ones, so I'm just going to do it with all. It doesn't matter if it's at the last step or first step. All that matters is that it happens. So the first step is going to be that. So we're going to click to set off, drop off cash at Jane's. Add next step. Now this is what you should do, is decide which one is your bank. You don't have to, but it's just easier for me. I have one centralized location for the majority of my money, besides the gambling halls. It just makes things easier, so you're not clicking around trying to figure out where all your money is at. You know, as you see, I have $25,000. I know where most of it's at. It's actually in most of my cars. Anyways, let's set up this delivery route. So we're going to buy resources, and what is the bane of our existence in this game? Stoneware Crocs. I'm going to decide which business. Now right here you see on this blue, that is my brick wine manufacturer. It is upgrading right now to the point where it's going to need 100 Crocs per turn. So I'm going to look at the roads here, and as you see, since I have Stoneware Crocs selected as buy resources. All the places I can buy stoneware Crocs are available, highlighted on the map. There are no lines drawn there, so they are not included on anybody else's delivery routes. So I'm going to plan a route. Here's the brick wine. So I'm going to plan the route to either go through here and up and around and down again, or through here, up and around, down again. It doesn't really make that much of a difference. The routes look almost exactly the same. Anyways, I digress. I have a tendency to do that. You guys come up to my live streams, you know how I like to ramble. All you gotta do is click on it. Click on the place. Now this is what's different. Last video, I showed you guys save this delivery step, and then you had to go through this whole clicking process again. Boy, was I dumb. So this time, we're gonna save the delivery step and add a new one. And look, it just replicated the same step. Now, one thing I want you guys to notice here is this box is always automatically clipped. So this will skip the step if the vehicle is full. And this is very important. This is why I feel comfortable doing it this way. So we're gonna click the next place, easy, save the step, continue. You see the lines being drawn. Click the next place, save the step, continue. The lines are drawn. We're gonna do it again, and again, and again. Now that's the last place that I plan on buying Crocs on this step. You can see the line. He's going to swing up through here. He's going to grab all these Crocs. Now, I mentioned this was important because I do have the feeling it's going to get to about right here. If these places are fully stocked, this truck might get full. It's going to skip these places automatically and go straight to the drop-off. So let's make this drop-off step now. Storage, drop-off, stoneware Crocs. It's already selected for us. We're going to go right to our brick wine operation, which is right here. We're going to drop off all. Now we're going to save this delivery step, and we're going to do it again. This time we're going to switch it to cash, and the reason why I'm doing cash is because I have a payroll to maintain. So I'm going to drop off a quantity, not all, and we're just going to shift click $100. We're going to save this delivery step. Now sometimes you make mistakes, as I did here, and I want to show you how to fix this mistake. As you can see, there's a drop off and a drop off. Where are they getting their money from? So let's add a next step. So let's go up here to storage pickup, go to cash. Let's remember where our bank is, and that's Cafe Pieces. So we can click it, or we can scroll down and find it on the list. Whatever's easiest for you. It's probably going to be click it. We're going to grab a quantity of $1,500. I'm going to choose $1,500 because that seems to be a comfortable amount for me. You can choose whatever amount is comfortable for you. For us to get $1,500, we're going to control shift click 1 and shift click 5 times. Pretty simple. We're going to save this delivery step, and we're going to repair this. Now we're going to click this up one at a time. Now I highly advise you when you're doing this and adding steps that you're very careful, because it's very easy to get confused. As you can see, we're going to start with a drop off, then we're going to pick up, we're going to run the route, we're going to drop off $100, and then it's going to reset back to drop off all available cash. So anything extra for that $1,500 is going to get put in the bank. If you don't have this drop off step, one of your drivers is going to start accumulating a lot of money. And I actually nicknamed one of my drivers Embezzler because I forgot this step on one of them, and yeah, I clicked on me, he had like $6 grand on him, little bastard. So his nickname is Embezzler, and it's that simple. Now we're going to do it. We're going to do it again. This time we're going to do it for another material. I have 9 drivers. Okay, that's the main point of this video. Don't short yourselves on drivers. It's going to slow down your entire operation because you're going to have 3 turns here, 2 turns at another place where the production is halt because you have a delivery list of 25 tasks or even 20 tasks, and it just can't be done. She's going to take care of this in a few turns, and it's going to be done. If I want more, I'm just going to upgrade it. I'm going to finish the skill, and I'm going to upgrade it. Or I'm just going to open another truck repair bay. So we're going to do one more. So let's click to set up a delivery. Now, I'm going to take care of my gin manufacturer. My gin manufacturer sits over here. And the big thing that this place struggles on, and it slows me down all the time, and that's bottles. I'm going to assign a newbie driver, Pauline Lloyd. Just like before, we're going to do storage drop-off. I know she doesn't have any money. I'm just trying to be consistent. Easier that way for the brain to keep track of everything, right? Okay, so we're going to save this delivery step because we're not going to make the same mistake this time. Storage drop-off. Now it's going to replicate it. Cafe Pieces, we're just going to change it to storage pickup. Cash quantity, all. Now since we're going to a different material this time, we want a fresh board. We're going to hit save this delivery step. Now add next steps. What did I say? Small bottles. So we're going to buy resources. We're going to buy small bottles. That's S right down there near Stoneware Crocs. Let's scroll out and look a little bit, see where we can buy small bottles. Not very many places. Now this is a huge detriment to me so far. I need to explore up here a little bit more, because I'm thinking there might be some more small bottles over there, because I'm certainly not finding them over here or in my main territory. And I've looked around down here quite a bit too, and I can't seem to find them. Maybe I need to ask around for more people that sell or buy things that I need. I did that a few times, and I highlighted this area here and this area here I've not actually driven to, so maybe I need to get up there and check. But for now, these are my only sources of small bottles. And you know what? Small bottles are heavy. Anyhow, so we're buying resources, small bottles, and let's go ahead and start right here. And the reason why I'm going to choose starting right here is this neighboring gang decides to come across me and attack me. At least I'm only losing $1,500 and not $1,500 worth of material, because the $1,500 cash is easier to replace than the material itself, because this stuff actually takes time to restock. So this will be our first one. Very simple. Save this delivery stack. Next one, we're actually going to go here, because you have to go deep into here, and I just noticed that, to grab those bottles and then come back out, and we're going to grab that step. Next one, click. Next one, click. Next one, click. Next one. Oops, we went too far, so let's not click. Now, as you see, when I did that, it just replicated it, so it's a mistake. Very easy. Delete the delivery step, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just like we saw on the map. Let's hit Z to bring up our overlay. Go to small bottles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you see how neat it is to clean up those mistakes? Very simple. Now we're going to add a next step. Now notice this is always filled out. So once they get full, they're going to stop and come back and drop off, and they're going to repeat. If you wanted to be super efficient about it, you can have them know exactly how many they're going to sell, know exactly how many your delivery truck is going to have, and that's just too much micromanaging for me. Maybe you got it in you, but I don't want to do it. I'd rather just use the truck repair bays, get a bunch of trucks, and not worry about it, and enjoy other aspects of the game. But that's just me. Everybody else can do it differently. So we're going to go to our last step here, storage drop-off. Now, who needs bottles? Hogan's Accurate Motors, because they make gin. So we're going to click there. We're going to drop off not apple juice, but small bottles. Almost said Stoneware Crocs. That's how ingrained my brain is with the cursed Stoneware Crocs. Now, we're not going to save the step, because we want to replicate. We're doing the storage drop off again. So click the button. Now we're just going to switch one thing, cash. We're going to go down to quantity. Got a payroll to maintain. Shift click one, $100. Now eventually cash will start to accumulate. If you want to do 50 and that makes you feel more comfortable, do 50, but I'm okay with a little bit of cash accumulating at some of these places. It's like a savings account. So after we've dropped off the $100, we're going to save this delivery step, because if you'll remember correctly, I have a cash drop off as my starting position. If you do not, which you probably won't, have a cash drop off as your starting position, what you're going to want to do is save this delivery step so you keep the template, and you're just going to change the location by clicking like so. Cash drop off all. However, I'm not going to save this step. I'm going to hit delete instead, because I don't need that step. So let's review. The drop off, which you would have at the end, I have in the beginning. It doesn't matter. It resets. It's a loop, endless loop. So after I drop off the $100 to cover payroll, we're going to go right back over to Cafe Pieces. We're going to drop off all available cash, and then it looks like we're going to pick up all available cash. So here's another mistake. That's why it's good to review your deliveries. So let's click on that to edit. It's very simple. We're going to go to quantity. We're going to control shift click 1 for 1,000. We're going to shift click 5 times. Now it doesn't have to be $1,500 for you. It's just a number I'm comfortable with. Actually, if you look at the route, it'll probably be considerably less, but it's okay. The money's not going to go flying out of the car. I have all the cops bribed. Always bribe your police officers. I'm actually with the truce. These people down here, they're not going to come up and attack. If they did, I'd mess them up. So I'm not too worried about it. And if they did one time, I'm only out $1,500. It's not a big deal, but that might be a lot to make you uncomfortable. And if it is, do less. I mean, honestly, that route's probably costing about $800 for those bottles. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed that information. If you'll excuse me, I have 7 more delivery routes to plan, and I'm going to make sure my resources get to where they need to go without one delivery driver having 25 steps. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry it's a little bit long. I want to remind you guys that you guys are awesome. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the subscriptions. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate the helpful tips. And I appreciate you guys just watching my videos. Until next time, Gamer Abroad out, and I'll see you live.